What is up, my fellow patriots? I am, for one, sick to death about people who lie like this dude. Shit Pants Biden over here is once again spreading lies. Check it.
And was asked what he thought. He said, there are very good people on both sides. And that's when I decided I wasn't going to be quiet any longer.
So again, if you remember the Charlottesville incident, where they're still trying to say that Trump said there was good people on both sides, well, what did Trump actually say?
It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
So clearly the man was not saying that there are fine neo-Nazis and white nationalists. It's a lie. This happened in August 15th, 2017, and it's a lie that the lefties and the lamestream media have been spreading ever since, even though it's right here. This is from NBC, by the way, this clip, right? This is from NBC. So they know the whole time that it's nothing but lies. And now, once again, you got Shit Pants. Remember, he went to the, who did you see, the Pope or Queen or somebody? He shit his pants. Every time he goes overseas, it's a disaster. Well, he's overseas now talking to NATO. And again, what does he say?
And was asked what he thought. He said, there are very good people on both sides.
See. Now... What did he say again?
You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Condemned. He's been condemning them forever. Now, to be fair, let's check out the entire clip. It's only 4 minutes long.
Putting what you're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious, and it was horrible, and it was a horrible thing to watch. But there is another side. There was a group on this side, you can call them the left, or you've just called them the left, that came violently attacking the other group.
Correct.
So you can say what you want, but
Correct.
That's the way it is.
On both sides, sir? You said there was hatred, there was violence on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides.
True.
I think there's
Blame on the left and on the right.
sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either.
No, nobody has any doubt about it.
And if you reported it accurately, you would say.
Kill the person. Heather hired
Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Here, Jim Acosta in the back. Well, the Nazis started it. You shouldn't have... God, I hate that guy.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you, and you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Very fine people.
You had people in
on
that
both
group.
sides.
Excuse me.
That is
I
true.
saw the same pictures as you did. You had people
did say
in
that,
group
but
that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name.
Robert E. Lee are not the same.
Well, no, George Washington was a slave owner.
there you go.
Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, excuse me, are we going to take down, statues to George
You
Washington?
take nothing from nobody.
How about Thomas?
Yeah, there you go. And he was right, too. Remember, this is August 15, 2017 here. And he was talking then about how they're going to come for George Washington and Thomas Jefferson statues. What happened? Trump was right again. Imagine my shock.
Jefferson. What do you think of Thomas Jefferson? You like him? Okay, good. Are we going to take down the statue? Because he was a major slave owner. Now, we're going to take down his statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history. You're changing culture. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis.
What was that? About 1 more minute after you said find people on both sides, all you got to do is play the whole clip. And see how shitty left heads are? Do you see how shitty the mainstream media is? Do you see how they lie? I wonder how many millions of people still believe that he said that there's fine white neo-Nazis and white supremacists. I bet there's a lot of you shitheads out there because all you ever hear is what you hear on CNN or MSNBC. And, and even when they correct it, it's buried on page 28 in paragraph 9. You never go back and correct it. Or at least they don't know where the correction was at, right?
And white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now, in the other group also, you had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers.
Yeah.
And you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats. You had a lot of bad people in the other group too.
Treated unfairly, sir. I'm sorry. I just didn't understand what you were saying. You were saying the press has treated white nationalists unfairly. I just didn't understand what you were saying.
There were people in that rally,
Clarification.
and I looked the night before. If you look, there were people protesting very quietly the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. I'm sure in that group there were some bad ones. The following day, it looked like they had some rough, bad people. Neo-Nazis, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them. But you had a lot of people in that group that were there to innocently protest.
Yeah.
And very legally protest because, I don't know if you know, they had a permit. The other group didn't have a permit. So I only tell you this. There are two sides to a story.
Correct.
I thought what took place was a horrible moment for our country. A horrible moment.
Exactly. It was.
But there are two sides to the country. Does anybody have a final? Does anybody have? You have an infrastructure.
What makes you think you can get an infrastructure bill? You didn't get health care.
Well, I'll tell you. We came.
Anyway, so that was the entire conversation. And as you can clearly see, Trump never said there's fine neo-Nazis or white supremacists. He strongly condemned them more than once in the same 3.5-minute speech. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. And just to be fair, let's listen to Biden's entire speech.
I have no concerns about the impact. I made a commitment when I ran this
louder.
time.
Sorry,
I
it's as
wasn't
loud
going
as
to
I
run
get
again,
you.
and I mean that sincerely. I had no intention of running for president again. And until I saw
try to
those
move the
folks
mic
coming
closer.
out of the fields in Virginia carrying torches and carrying Nazi banners and literally
See,
singing.
here he says that they were carrying torches and Nazi banners. I've seen a lot of film for that day. I didn't see any Nazi banners, and what I saw were tiki torches. So, yeah, okay, Joe.
the same vile rhyme that they used in Germany in the early 20s.
No,
or
they were
30s, I
not
should say.
singing in Germany.
And
Jesus.
and then when the gentleman you mentioned was asked what he
The
thought,
gentleman
the
you
young
mentioned,
woman was
Trump.
killed, a protester, and was asked what he thought. He said, "There are very good people on both sides,"
Yeah, we just showed you that.
and that's when I decided I wasn't going to be quiet any longer. And when I ran this time, and I think the American press.
So, so basically, what piss pants, shit pants now Joe Biden just told you was that he ran based on a lie that Trump said they're good neo-Nazis and white supremacists. Okay.
Whether they
Gotcha,
look
Joe.
at me favorably or unfavorably, acknowledge this. I made a determination. Nothing is worth, no election is worth my not doing exactly what I think is the right thing. Not a joke. I'm too
You're a
long in the
joke, dude.
tooth to fool with this any longer.
You're certainly a joke.
We're a long way off in elections, a long way off. My focus, if any election, is on making sure that we retain the House and the United States Senate.
You ain't
so
doing
that I
that.
have the room to continue to do the things that I've been able to do. in
What
terms of
things have you
grow
been
the
able to
economy
do?
And deal in a rational way with American foreign policy and lead.
Oh yeah, your American foreign
Lead-
policy
be a
left
leader.
still people stranded behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. You gave $86 billion worth of military equipment to the Taliban. Yeah, your foreign policy is just brilliant, dude. Got us into World War
One of the
III
things that
almost.
I take some solace from is I don't think you'll find any European leader who thinks that I am not up to the job.
Really, dude? This shows your total disconnect from reality. He thinks that the European leaders think he's doing a good job. I think he actually believes that, man. The guy's, I mean, halfway in dementia, so it wouldn't surprise me. He thinks he's all that, but he's a box of rocks.
And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. That. The point is that when the first G7 meeting I attended, like the one I did today, was in Great Britain. And I sat down and I said, America's back. And one of my
America's back from what? The best economy that we ever had, peace in the Middle East, no new wars, people's wages were rising, $70-something% gas. Everybody had a job. I mean, America's back from what, dude? What did you bring to the table? Absolutely nothing but carnage and chaos.
counterparts, colleagues, as head of state said, for how long? For how long? And so I don't blame, I don't criticize anybody for asking that question. But the next election, I'd be very fortunate if I had that same man running against me.
Do you see how delusional he is? He actually says he would like to run against Donald Trump in 2024. All right. Hey, I'm all for that. You can be this potato head. It can be Hillary Clinton. Bring him on. Trump's popularity is way higher than Biden's is right now, even. People have now seen that the mainstream media lied about Donald Trump. Everything was bullshit. Let me move the mic closer. Everything that they said about Trump was a lie. Our country was doing wonderful. The best it's ever done, probably, under Donald J. Trump. That man was our savior. Make America great again. I agree. We need to bring him back. Trump 2024. Please like my video, share my video. Please share it everywhere because, I'm just getting started here. I've already gotten a strike from YouTube. They said one of my videos contains hate speech. Total BS. First of all, there's no such thing as hate speech. This is America. We have free speech. I certainly didn't threaten anybody or offer to harm anybody or anything like that. So there was no hate speech. But anyway, please share my video. Help me get some traction. And I'll be back for more. Peace.